Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm here at a new dealership and we got a new brand on the channel. I'm here at FC Kerbeck Aston Martin in Palmyra, New Jersey to check out what's behind me today. A brand new, just out of the box, 2023 Aston Martin DBX 707 in plasma blue. So let's dig in. All right, we're at the front end of this DBX 707 and look at this beauty. We have LED headlights, LED daytime running lights, LED turn signals, also LED fog lamps. Plasma blue is the color. Look at the size of this Aston Martin grille. This Aston Martin grille has been on Aston Martins for decades and decades and decades. This grille on the 707 is 23% bigger than the grille on the regular DBX. We have functional side air curtains, functional venting all along the bottom and around those turn signals to make this thing eat air, to keep that big huge V8 engine underneath cool and everything else running properly. It's just an amazing looking front end on this DBX. All right, wheel and tire setup on this Aston Martin DBX 707. We have a 23-inch wheel. Gloss black, Aston Martin badge in the middle. Looking fantastic. As you can see, we have carbon ceramic brakes, 6-piston calipers with the Aston Martin script in gloss black, and a ventilated cross-drilled rotors. That's on the front. On the back, we go even bigger. Tire size on the front though, 285 on the width, a 35 series sidewall, 23s Pirelli P0 tires. On the back, Aston Martin goes 325 on the width with a 30 series sidewall, 23s. And this vehicle is all-wheel drive. Full side profile on this plasma blue DBX 707. It is one gorgeous SUV. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, but this thing is a beast with those strong body lines coming in between the wheel wells. We have that strong rear haunch in the back with that sloping roof into the rear spoiler on the tailgate. It is just a beautiful, beautiful car. And Aston Martin design is, in my book, one of the best design languages in the auto industry, and this car is unbelievably beautiful. Again, let me know what you think in the comments. Moving in closer, we have the functional vents right here in the front fender to get that air moving through and cooling those carbon ceramic brakes. We have some gloss black trim here, gloss black on the side view mirror with LED turn signals and 360-degree cameras. We're color matched on the front and rear door handle in plasma blue, but they are flat to the touch. Keeping it aero here on this DBX 707. And then up top, you have this great spoiler in the back here with carbon fiber. And then we have the blacked out roof with the panoramic sunroof up top. And the gloss black roof rails. It is just stunning. Look at the back of this DBX. It is unbelievable. That roof spoiler with the carbon fiber accents coming off the top. We have no rear wiper on the DBX, not needed at all, so they just didn't put it on. Smart move. LED lighting all over the back of the car, and the way that body line from the taillight swoops in over the top of the tailgate is awesome. We have that beautiful reworked Aston Martin badge, and Aston Martin does not rework their badges very often, and they've done it here for 2023 DBX. Aston Martin spelled out underneath in black, gloss black around the license plate area, quad tip exhaust with black tips. venting all around it, and a huge rear diffuser coming off the back. And if we move in closer, you can see how far off the vehicle this rear diffuser actually comes. It is unbelievable the kind of work Aston Martin put into this DBX 707. But you know what? Let's see how this baby sounds. All right, we are under the hood of this 2023 Aston Martin DBX 707. And what are we looking at for a power plant? We have a 4-liter twin-turbo V8, 697 horsepower, 663 pound-feet of torque. This is mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission, MPGs, 15 in the city, 20 on the highway, 17 combined, and the engine's minimum octane rating, super unleaded only, baby. That's the way you have to rock in the 707. And as we come in closer, you can see this engine was hand built in Great Britain. Final inspection done by Rick Jones. We have the strut tower bracing from the side to side, and then more bracing from the strut towers to the firewall. And up top, you can see your functional heat extractors as well. So an amazing power plant here in this DBX 707. All right, before we get to the interior of this gorgeous plasma blue DBX 707, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much does this cost? Well, MSRP, the way this one is optioned, you're looking at $266,386. So let's check out the interior. All right, here we go with the interior, and look at this. You come in and you get a nice Aston Martin DBX, hand-built in Great Britain, sill plate, looking wonderful. We have a nice large dead pedal, brake and accelerator, but I would like to see some finish, aluminum finish on the dead pedal, and maybe a little bit more aluminum on these pedals. Let me know what you think in the comments. We have carpeted floor mats there in the tailgate. Then we have, as you can see, power seats for the both front passengers, driver and front passenger, with 3 memory seat settings. Right, so you're all set there, looking great here. And now we have the Bridge of Weir leather interior on DBX 707. Beautiful navy blue leather, light blue plasma blue leather to match the outside of the car. The Aston Martin logo embroidered into the back of each of the front seats. One-piece seat, nice bolstering, not too crazy, but looking absolutely fantastic. Door panel time, more Bridge of Weir leather with the white cross stitch. We have that smoked chrome finish on the door handle, looking beautiful. We have nice soft armrests, a little bit of gloss black down below on the armrest, but not too crazy. Got the upgraded sound system in here as well, looking really good on this DBX. We move over to the dash, more leather, more stitching, more leather, more stitching, and then the glove box there underneath. As we come here to the center stack, here's the engine start-stop button, which has that beautiful Aston Martin badge in it. And then we have the push button to go through this 9-speed automatic, park, reverse, neutral, and drive. And now we have our infotainment system. Aston Martin had a buy-in from Daimler-Benz, because Aston obviously for 100 years has been operating on the edge of bankruptcy all the time. And so they took a buy-in from Daimler-Benz, which means we have an Aston Martin AMG combination engine and transmission. that means also that the infotainment system is a Mercedes-Benz system, but it is the generation before what's in the current Mercedes products. That was the deal that they made. And even though this is not a touch screen and is not fully up to date with 2023 standards, it is a lot better than what Aston Martin used to have for an infotainment system. So this is not a touchscreen, as you can see. You have to come down here and use the dial to move through your radio stations or to move through any of the other menus in here. Now this does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you're covered there. You have your navigation, which again you can't push as a touch screen, so I got to go to it with the dial and then hit the down button on the dial, and then that'll bring me up with my navigation and then all of the other features where you can zoom in. Again, I can't use it as a touch screen. This is tough. This is tough to have to use this dial, especially if you're going to be driving. We're going to zoom into where we are in Palmyra. Zoom in a little further. Here we go. That looks better. But you have to use this dial down here and the home button and these buttons, and it gets a little overwhelming. Even though I like the clarity, it needs to be upgraded to a touch screen, but it is what it is at this point. We have 2 heat and air vents. We have our physical controls for our temperature. We have dual climate control in here, which is a nice touch. We have 3-stage heated seats, 3-stage ventilated seats for the driver and front passenger, as to be expected. We come down here further. We have our M Drive, where we can go through our drive modes, which I'll show you on the dash. Here's where we can adjust our suspension settings to make it softer, firmer, or even more firm. That's what that does. Traction control off is over here. We have our 4-way hazards, engine stop start off, parking sensors, parking camera, adjust up or down on the height of the vehicle, lane keep assist on or off, adjust that exhaust sound on or off on the screen. Looking great. Here's the swipe pad that you can use, or the dial that you can use for your infotainment system. Not a big fan of that. This is volume for the speakers, and it's a roll switch. But all of these switches have a very nice feel to them, very nice touch. They have positive clicks, so they're really well done. Carbon fiber action all around here, looking good. As we come further down, we have the Aston Martin key fob, which has changed. You have lock, unlock, pop the tailgate. Aston Martin is going to be spelled out on the back. A really nice weight, nicely done. Again, the 2 cup holders. We have our nice center armrest, and if we open this up here, you have a 12-volt SD card, USB A's in the interior of this, and they haven't forgotten about wireless charging, but that is underneath the center console, so we have a pass-through, as you can see from the other side, and there's our wireless charging pad, so they haven't forgotten about that. And here's the button way underneath here to pop the tailgate. If you want to pop it from down there and instead of using the key fob. Pretty crazy stuff here in this Aston Martin DBX. Now let's take a look at this backup camera. So we're going to go up here, put this car in reverse. And there's the backup camera. Beautiful, nice trajectory, looking great. And then you have your 360 view over here. Just absolutely fantastic view. All right, here's our Aston Martin steering wheel. We have a beautiful leather wrap steering wheel. Nice 10 and 2 notches. Aston Martin badge right here in the middle of the horn button. This nice smoked chrome look all the way around, looking beautiful. On the left, telephone, voice commands, cruise control. On the right, you're going to use these to go through your digital dash settings. Round steering wheel though. DBX 707, I might want to see a flat bottom here. Let me know what you think in the comments, but we do have giant paddles, metal paddles, to go through this 9-speed automatic, and they are mounted to the steering column, not to the steering wheel, which I personally like better. Let me know what you think. On the stalks, headlights, turn signals on the left. Down below in here, we have our heated steering wheel, and we have an electric tilting and telescoping wheel as well. And further down, we have our headlight controls, we have our fog lamp controls, and our emergency brake and all that other good jazz down here. So now as we come up into this digital dash, look at that beauty. Beautiful digital dash. Right now we're sitting in Sport Plus, but here's our modes, right? We have Sport, and it changes. We have GT, which is your touring mode or your normal mode. Individual, where you can configure everything yourself, and then terrain, when you're off-road kicking ass in this DBX 707. But I have a feeling not many people are going to be going off-road. But we're going to rock in Sport Plus for the drive today, and I can't wait to get this baby out on the road. Overhead console time. We have LED lighting. We better. We sure do. We got to push it on the light bulb. The LED lights come on. Here's the control for our panoramic roof. One-touch operation. You hit it once. Here comes the shade from all the way downtown over the back passengers, up and over. This roof does not open. It's just a complete glass roof, which is pretty cool. And now we go to our sun visor. Typical Aston Martin sun visor. Very hard, very thick, with vanity. And then we have a separate screen or separate visor that you can pop out. And then that'll cover the side. So instead of this whole piece moving, we have a separate piece that moves and covers your side sun. So at least they got you covered there, even though it's a two-piece deal. All right, back seat time in this DBX 707. First off, we have the door sill plate in the back. I'd like to see DBX on here instead of just a plain piece of aluminum. Let me know what you think in the comments. At this kind of price point, I think you should have DBX up front and the DBX here on the back as well. But as we get in, nice and easy to get in. Plenty of headroom. Now I'm in. I've closed the door. We have soft closed doors. This seat is set for my driving position. Nice one-piece back. Plenty of knee room. Plenty of headroom at 5'11", plenty of shoulder width room. So plenty of room in the back of this DBX 707. I love the door panels. We have the same wonderful bridge of weir leather with the cross stitch on the panels, with that smoke chrome action. Nice soft armrest. We have our heat and air vents in the B pillars on either side, which I think is fantastic. Again, the other door panel looking super nice. Behind the seats, nice seat pockets behind the driver and passenger seat. And then we have action back here. The command center back here, two heat and air vents. We have our rear climate control action, rear heated seats, rear ventilated seats. Thank you, Aston Martin. Two USBs as well. I mean, really, really nice. Then we come back here. Look at these seats. Same beautiful bridge of weir leather with the dark blue and the plasma blue with the Aston Martin logo embroidered into the back of each outboard headrest, but not the center one. And then as we open up this, again, more nice leather on the center armrest, two cup holders. I mean, this is beautifully soft. So just an absolute gorgeous car to be in this DBX 707. All right, now it is time to get in that rear tailgate of this DBX 707. So here we go. Again, pop it from the dash or pop it from the key fob, or if you forget, come back here. It's right above the license plate. You just hit it. Nice electric assist on the way up. Nice electric assist on the way down right here. And look at all this room in the DBX 707. It is an amazing amount of space back here. Again, it's a two-row SUV, so you got plenty of space, plenty of width, and you got the security shade here And you can take this out if you have some really high items. Here's our carpeted floor mats right here. That I said we're in the tailgate. Here's your front license plate bracket in case you live in a state that needs two front license plates, but you're not putting a front license plate on my DBX. Now we have tie downs that are movable with a track on either side, so you're all set there. You can drop these second row seats from here, and you can raise and lower your DBX in case you need to get bigger, heavier items in. You can lower it down and then shove them in and then put it back to the normal ride height. So if you want to rip this thing down, no problem. We're going to hit these and drop them. And they're a little stiff. Since this is brand new, probably the first time they are operating. So I'm going to cut the car a break. I'm going to go around and just push them down myself. And there we go. Just a little stiff. Probably the first time down. Once you get them down, not fully flat, but it gives you a lot more room for some serious space in this Aston Martin DBX 707. Looking just absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. Aluminum plate back here to protect it when you're loading and unloading stuff. I mean, just absolutely good. Look at the positive clicks out of this when tailgate's going in and out. I mean, attention to detail, the straps where you can strap things in. I mean, the attention to detail from Aston Martin in this vehicle. I mean, Bridgeware leather on your security shade. I mean, it is just, attention to detail is just exquisite in this DBX 707. All right, here is the window sticker for this 2023 DBX 707. So feel free to pause it, take a look at everything that is optioned into this DBX 707. And now let's take it out for a spin. So here we are in this 2023 DBX 707, and we are going to take it for a spin. I have Ryan, who's the sales ninja here at FC Kerbeck Aston Martin, with me on this drive, and we'll be discussing the car while we drive it. I'll be giving you my impressions, and then Ryan will be filling in some gaps with some other information that might be helpful to you if you are the fortunate few people that may want to look at this car and actually buy one. So what we're going to do now is we're going to stick this into Sport Plus. Very nice. And then we're all set and ready to go. And we're gonna...
Beautiful sound.
It has a great sound out of the exhaust. Where's that? Better to go left. Sorry. Go. First thing I want to say is that the visibility in this DBX 707 is fantastic. I have great visibility out of the windshield, side glass, and the rear. And then we have a lot of power. What a beast.
Yeah.
697 horsepower on the window sticker. And you can feel every bit of it, and the torque comes in really nice and low, pins you back in the seat, and off you go to the races. The car is really stable at high speeds. And here in Sport Plus, this thing, you put your foot on the gas and it just goes and goes and goes. So Aston Martin has something very
Pins you right back.
Has something very special with this DBX 707. Not only can you drive it like a nut and have a ton of fun, but you can stick this thing in the comfort, because I was riding in individual comfort mode on the way out of the dealership, and it is smooth, it is composed, It's easy to drive, it's easy to see out of. So this is a vehicle that you can use every day for whatever you want to use it for. You got plenty of room in the back to store stuff. You have great attention to detail on the interior with this beautiful interior with this blue and then the plasma blue interior on top of that. Just makes it look terrific. The seats are really comfortable for one-piece sport seats. I'm very, very comfortable in here. You got the heated seats, you got your ventilated seats, you got your wireless charging pad, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto in this system. So everything really comes together to make this DBX 707 a very, very desirable super SUV. We are now out of premium SUV territory and we are in super SUV territory with this DBX 707. The brakes are huge, and when you step on them, this thing stops on a dime and then gives you change.
And part of that reason is because now you have carbon ceramic brakes, which are standard on the 707.
So what, on the regular DBX then, what are your standard brakes there? Is it just regular
steel brakes? Regular
steel brakes?
Yep. And typically you only get the carbon ceramics in their V12, so it's nice that they put it in 8.
You got great sound coming out of the exhaust on this vehicle. Again, this engine is an Aston Martin AMG combo to get this thing moving the way Aston Martin wants it to behave, and also the way Aston Martin wants it to sound, which is important because Aston Martin has always prided themselves on a very distinctive, I'm not going to go there, we'll turn around up here, a very distinctive exhaust sound. This one, not exactly the same as older Aston Martin exhaust sounds, but I love that deep V8 growl. V8s have that growl in them that no other engine has, and this one definitely has that. Plus you get the 9-speed automatic, which is really smooth out of all the gears. So you really have nothing to complain about, at least I don't in this car. You have everything you need. The issues that I brought up when we did the walk around are very, very picky. So you certainly don't need to have all that stuff, but I do like this open roof with the open glass roof is really, really nice. That shade going all the way back is really, really nice. But Aston Martin has really thought of everything in this car, and frankly, it's probably the car they should have released for their SUV, you know, rather than the regular DBX, because this one is just way tuned in big time. And now you're competing with the big dogs in the super SUV market, right? You're competing with Lamborghini Urus, Bentley Bentayga Speed, you know, those types of vehicles, and those vehicles are priced well over $300,000 new, and here we are at $266,000. So even though that is a lot of money, it is competitively priced when you put it against the vehicles it's competing against in the marketplace. And the handling is fantastic, and the stability of this SUV in the curves is also excellent. And that has to do with, Ryan, what do they do?
So they've implemented an anti-roll system in this vehicle. So at high speeds, you'll notice in most vehicles, you'll lean almost into the other person. What Aston Martin has done with this vehicle is incorporated the suspension into the driving modes, where the car drops down when you're taking turns, so it gives you a little more balance. And they're always big on that 50-50 weight distribution balance.
Cool. So that's why it, you know, it feels like a car going through the turns, because most SUVs, as you said, Ryan, they're going to lean no matter what you do.
Top heavy.
They're top heavy. They're going to lean, and this one just does not do that. It is just a beautiful, beautiful drive. So we are going to turn around and we're going to start heading back to the dealership, and we're going to give this one more shot. And what a sound, what a sound. And you got the pops and bangs as you come off the throttle. Nobody's behind me, so we're going to do a Emergency stop. 3, 2, 1. Look at that. Look
Easy.
at that. Brakes to stopping on the dime and giving you change, baby. Oh, what a vehicle. What a car. I want to thank Ryan, Eric, and everybody at FC Kerbeck Aston Martin for allowing the channel access to this DBX 707 for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.